Hey everyone, welcome to Midweek Bits and Bites. This is the time where we sit down with some friends and talk for a bit while we bite into some bizarre food. So today we have a special guest, Justin Smith. Some of you may be thinking, who are you? I've never seen you before, and it's because you haven't. So Justin, can you tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, I am Justin Smith. That's who I am.
It's true.
No, so I'm the
good.
new next gen pastor here, and so I get to work with kids and I get to work with students. And so since I'm sitting with you, I'm super excited about working with students.
Yeah.
I have just moved here from Tampa, Florida. So it was sunny, it was warm.
Welcome to not either of those two things.
It's not.
Yeah,
and so of those.
Disneyland.
I like Disney.
Yeah, love it.
I've got 7 kids. Little ones, big ones, and anywhere in between.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I've heard that you're probably going to come to First Friday with us this week too.
I'll be there.
Okay, I want you to think about this. Think about what we do to Justin today, and then we can ask him some more things on Friday, but we're excited to have him here. Justin, we're gonna play a game. You are, the new boss around here, so we are bringing out the very best for you, okay? I can see the excitement in your eyes.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous.
I've been telling him some horror stories.
Yeah, I've heard all the stories.
It's good. So today, we're gonna play a game that we've only played one time before, but it was a big deal. We used it for a special occasion, and we're gonna use it now for another special occasion to bring you into what it is. So today, we are playing a little game that we call Drinko. And so here's how this game works, Justin. I have 2 ping pong balls, and you will take one, I will take one, and we will drop our ping pong balls down our Drinko board. And whatever 2 slots they go in, we are going to consume a little cup full of the combination of said drink. Okay?
All right.
And so, you may be thinking, what does Cody have down there? And that's a great question.
I'm trying not to think about what Cody has.
How do you feel about weird foods and things like that?
Bring it.
Okay, let me tell you what I will bring to the table today. Okay, so today I'm going to bring some sauerkraut juice, some Aunt Jemima syrup, some pixie sticks, chocolate syrup, crickets, chunky blue cheese dressing, Pepto-Bismol, jalapeno juice, Chick-fil-A sauce, and of course almond flavored milk alternative. Okay. So some combination of those fantastic ingredients.
Like smashed crickets or like whole crickets?
That's a great question. I'm gonna get some B-roll footage of this real quick. Just so that we can see. Okay, so Justin, here's what it looks like. Some sauerkraut all the way across. Here's our cricket friends. Look at this guy, right in there. There they are. Oh. All the way across to some tasty treats. So I'm excited. Justin, I think now's the time when we just play the game, it's great.
All right.
So we're gonna put these in at the same time, okay? And whoever's lands last has to drink whatever combination, right? You get the rules.
Whoever lands last.
Right, because it's the combination of the 2, and whichever one goes up to the bottom. So go, and hold on. Let's see. What is this?
It went through.
Are you kidding me?
I did it. It was last.
All right.
Yours was last.
All right, Justin.
Because
you are a cheater.
I didn't cheat.
You sit down.
You made the board.
I am really upset with this.
You should be upset.
Hold on. Okay. What did yours go into?
Let's check this out.
This has never been done before. Hey, it's okay.
I can't get this.
Yeah, I think if you kind of squeeze it.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, mine looks really sad. I know for sure that this is sauerkraut and jalapeno juice. But it wouldn't be fair if you can't drink something and answer a question. So I think that you need to drop yours in and let's see what we get for you.
Again?
Well, yeah, we have to.
Fine. Okay.
Whichever. Maybe drop it through again, you cheater.
I didn't cheat.
Oh, okay. So we have some chunky blue cheese, and what is this? Oh, and chocolate syrup. Easy.
That's not bad, I don't think.
Sure.
Are you sure this is chunky blue cheese?
No. You want to smell it? I bet you can tell. It looks like it.
It is.
It looks chunky and blue. So, do you want to switch me for something?
I don't think I do.
All right.
Wait, what do you have?
I've got jalapeno and sauerkraut.
Yeah, I don't think I do.
No? Is that not your thing? So let's mix these together. Mine mixes easily, just like that.
This is gonna be in my throat for like years.
Mine, I'm not gonna lie, I was talking to some people and I was like, I don't want this sauerkraut juice. Here's mine. Does yours even mix?
It doesn't mix. Here, I'm gonna mix it.
Okay, yeah, go for it. You wash your hands here?
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's delightful. Well, you know, here's the thing, Justin. We don't have napkins on this show, immediately regret that decision. It's okay. Maybe a napkin will just magically appear in just a minute. But here's what I'm thinking. We obviously take a big drink, and as soon as you drink it, I'm gonna ask you a question, okay?
Yours will be done like in a minute. Mine will still be like...
Power through.
Right.
This is for you because we love you. Cheers. Okay.
Are you really gonna drink yours?
Yeah, of course. The rules are you take a big...
I understand what the rules are. I just don't know if they're like guidelines.
No, you drink them and you don't spit it out. Okay, here we go. Gosh, I don't want to do this. Okay.
Yours is really going in, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. This is taking a long time.
That is so bad.
Is the whole thing?
Yeah, keep going.
This is gonna take
Justin, drink your. Oh, good for you. You did it. Justin, what are you? Look at. Yeah, I feel awful. I don't know if you can tell my eyes are watering, but yeah, just you enjoy that. Justin, what are you most excited about of being part of this student ministry as the next gen pastor? Gosh, probably more stuff like this. Probably getting to work with me. What a joy. Can you see his face? Can you see? Yeah, answer that. He's thinking about it. Is it the blue cheese?
It's not okay. That's gross. It's the chunkiness.
The blue cheese and the chocolate?
Yeah, I am excited that my mouth probably looks like...
You're good. I think you're clean. I think you're clean.
It's the aftertaste now.
Yeah, it lingers. This isn't...
I can smell it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Most excited about.
That's disgusting. I'm not excited about that.
Okay, yeah.
I am excited about just being with students. So
yeah.
I love students.
I need you to say it quicker. I need you to say it quicker. As much as I care about this, I'm struggling.
I love students. Every big move I've got has started with young people, and so I'm super excited to be to work with you, to work with you watching, get to know you, and just do life together. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be so good. Well, hey, we're gonna have way more. Maybe we should get toothbrushes on the set. Yeah, we're gonna do way more of this in the future, and
I mean, can they smell?
I don't think so. Bad. We need to work on. I don't know what yours smells like. I'm not happy with this. Because you cheated, first of all. But
I didn't cheat.
Hey, thanks for being here. We're gonna tell you about a couple things that are coming up, and then we're gonna hop in. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you in just a minute. Hey, so thanks for being here again tonight. Justin, thanks for being on Bits and Bytes with us. Welcome to the team. It's good to have you. But a couple quick things as we get started. I'm so glad you're here, and I want you to know about two things. So the first is that First Friday is in 2 days. This Friday, we're gonna be hanging out, playing some games. I've got some friends. Justin's coming back for some reason. Maybe we can ask him some more questions or do some crazy things with him. Don't tell him I said that, but it's gonna be fun. So if you don't have any plans for Friday, hop on live.northshore.church, and we're gonna be on for a while, playing some Jackbox games, giving away some prizes that you can win, and just hanging out. It's gonna be fun. So show up for that. And then in summertime, summer camp is gonna be here. So middle school, we talked about it last week. We are going to this awesome place called Black Diamond Camp. It's an adventure camp, which means they have rappelling and rock climbing and an American Ninja Warrior course and all kinds of water. Like it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so you won't wanna miss it. Tell your friends. A bunch of you have already signed up, which is awesome. And then high school, we are going to Colorado Springs for Reach, which is our high school mission trip / summer camp. It's kind of the best of both worlds all in one. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's always awesome when you can help people out. And then we're going to Colorado. It's gonna be awesome. And again, a lot of you are already signing up for that. So guys, we are so excited for middle school and high school summer camp, but First Friday is even sooner. So come to that, sign up for camps. It's gonna be great. But now, as we hop into the message, I'm going to be talking with a friend and following up what Jackie talked about last week about friendships. So let me introduce you to this. Hey, so today is going to look a little bit different during this time. I wanted to introduce you to Brian. Brian is a good friend of mine, and he is here because he loves you. He loves me. We're friends, right, Brian?
We are friends.
Say
Cody.
yes, please.
Yes, we are.
Oh, good. Okay. No, I was just thinking about what we've been talking about lately as far as, life in the season has been crazy, but God has still made us life is still happening. He's made us unique. He's made us with a reason to be here in this place, in this time.
Yeah.
And last week we kind of jumped into this part 1 idea about friendships. And I thought it would be one thing for me to talk about friendships, and it would be another for a friend of mine to talk about them instead. So thanks for being here.
Yeah, for sure.
Just wanted to have a little conversation. I've got some notes
Awesome.
just to keep us on track. But
Yes.
Here's where we left all of our students last week, okay? Jackie was here and she talked about how God made us very specifically, very intentionally, and that we get to have the choice to live that out, and to not try to conform or be like anyone else or to be other people, to be different around others.
Yep.
But then as we're all kind of figuring this out inside of friendships and relationships and in our family, just have a lot of grace because we're still figuring it out. We don't have all the things, all the answers, and it's just the reality of what it is. But I had a couple of questions for you that are kind of like what we asked them last week, but to see if we can take it just a little bit further than where we stayed.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So just the first thing I would want to ask, because not everyone knows you.
That's right.
If you had to describe yourself just a little bit, what are some things you might say?
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, if I haven't met you yet, hi. I work at North Shore. I'm the director of video. That's what I got my degree in college, and I love doing it. But I think, so if I were to describe myself in 3 words, because I feel like that's the classic question, 3 ways to describe me. I like to help people. Yep. I'm kind of like a helper. Yeah. That can be to my disadvantage sometimes. Sometimes I try to help too many people and I get overwhelmed by that, and it's not fun. But I think that's definitely a gift God has given me, is that I like to help people and I like to use my gifts to help others. I think another is that, I
think part of that is because you care so much, right?
I feel like, I would
heart.
say I have a big heart. I care a lot for other people, and I'm a caring person. And I think lastly, I think I like to be a part of a team. And I think part of that is I like to be able to inspire people and vision cast for people is kind of a bigger word for it.
Yeah, well, it's fun. We have you make all the videos, all the stuff that happens here, the live stream, we can thank Brian for that being so awesome. But part of that too is you have an awesome team that a lot of our students are even on.
Yeah, it's
that
awesome.
You can bring people together really well.
Yeah.
And give them direction and a vision of things to accomplish, and it gets done really well.
Yeah, so. That goes all the way back to when I was in high school. At my youth group growing up, I rallied all of the other youth group kids to make movies together, and that was a big part of my story. So I feel like that's been part of my story this whole time, and I'm able to continue to do that here.
Yeah. That's awesome.
With high schoolers still, which is kind of crazy.
It's so good. I love it. The more people that are behind students, we're for it, way to go. Sure. But that actually leads into kind of another question I have for you, is that how have you seen those pieces of who you are play into your friendships now and into your family? Because last week, a lot of our groups actually did this cool exercise where they were hey, Brian, I do see you being caring, and I see you being helpful, and I see you being able to do. So some of our groups left off that week, just kind of at that point. And so I want to challenge y'all and to challenge you. How do you see that show up in day-to-day life? Because it's good to talk about it, and it's another thing to actually live it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's so cool that you guys did that in a lot of those groups, is to call it out. Because I feel like for me, when I was in high school, I didn't know who I was. Yeah. I didn't know what personality traits were best about me or anything like that. But I feel like it took people seeing those things in me and calling them out in me, and me recognizing, that is how God made me. He did make me this specific way, and that's not something to be embarrassed about or ashamed of. It's actually my giftings, and I think it's so cool to continue to lean into that in your groups and with your friends, just to hey, let's call some things out that we see in other people that we love.
Right. And so have you seen that play out in a recent way?
Totally. Well, actually, this kind of crazy story happened last week. my wife and I, we live out in Snohomish, and like almost midnight, we hear this huge crash outside of our house.
Okay.
And like jumped out of bed and like, what is going on? And I go outside and this car had crashed into our front yard.
Oh.
We have like this rock wall kind of
Like between the house and the road.
Yeah. So it's like
Okay.
our front yard area. And he just smashed into this wall of rocks. This guy in his car and like ran over the mailbox and all these things.
Was he okay?
He was okay.
Okay.
Yeah. We went out I went out and checked on him, and Sam was like my wife looking through the like
Of course.
blinds, seeing what was going on.
Yeah.
But like, I know like, it was this high schooler. He was texting and driving.
Oh.
Don't text and drive.
Yeah, don't do that.
It literally took a split second. He crashed his car. And fortunately he was okay. His car wasn't okay. It was his mom's car.
Yikes.
And got into trouble. But long story short, I felt really bad for him, and I knew he was just making a stupid mistake, and I didn't want to like make him feel any worse than he already did.
Right.
So we had him over for lunch the next day and like talked to him about it and like figured out how to do the repairs and stuff. And I said, listen, like I'm a part of a life group at my church, and let me just like text him up, see who's going to come over, and like together we'll work and try to rebuild this thing together. We don't have to do insurance. We don't have to do any of that. Like, let's just team up and do it. And like, I literally right then texted my life group and I was like, hey guys, I know it's short notice, but like tomorrow, like literally tomorrow, can you come over and help me I thought it was going to be all day. Can you help me all day rebuild this wall with this random teenager who like damaged my property?
Good. Yes.
But like literally like 5 people showed up the very next day. And like, it was just really cool to see that community coming together without even knowing this kid. But like the friendships we had helped some other random person experience love. And we know that that love comes from Jesus, and he calls us to love others unconditionally. And we were able to show that to him.
Well, the crazy thing, like that is such a huge moment for that like kid. Like what, he was in high school?
Yeah, he's a junior. Yeah.
A junior in high school. And I'm like, that is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Like, and could be so significant in his life. And it's like a little gesture from you and a simple text to your life group.
Yeah, totally.
They showed up and like, what, like how, was it a big deal when they showed up? Like what?
Literally, I thought it was going to take all day. It took 2 hours. We like teamed up, powers combined, Power Rangers,
Dude, come on.
boom, done. Power Rangers? What?
That's Brian.
I don't even know.
It's okay. Well, ignore the fact that just happened. I'm kidding. No, but it's like, it's interesting because I mean, even in the Bible, like I was looking up some different Bible verses, thinking about how like God calls us to live. And there's this verse in 1 Thessalonians 5:11, and it says, therefore encourage one another and build one another up just as you are doing. And I see that like, as I think about the friendship and as I think about like how you guys rallied around this person, like this random teenager and Snohomish that you've like never met like until midnight when he crashed into your yard. Yeah. It's like your group has this consistency, this like trust in each other. It's like Brian's going to text me and I'm going to show up because we're friends. Yeah. Like that's what happens. And so as I think about friendship, like this idea comes to my mind is that like friendship is consistent. Like it's not just convenient, or it's not like right now it's really difficult to be in friendships. And it's like, okay, but you can still do little acts of like little gestures, little acts of kindness, little things that friends do that are important. I think you have to be like positive to some degree, like that people know you're for them, like that Bible verse says, like that you build them up, that you trust them, like you encourage them. And then the last thing is that like vulnerability, like the ability to have all the fun stuff and have all of that and to go deep. Those things aren't different, you know, like those, it's not like, okay, well, I'm really deep with Brian, so we can't have fun, or I'm really fun, so we can't go deep. Like good friendships and good community have both of those really well. And that's something like I hope that y'all see, but friendship is really great in that way because there's freedom in that to be yourself, to not like fake it, to know that people have your back, even at like our best and our worst. And that's something Jackie kind of talked about, but I wanted to ask you a difficult question now. So, because we're asking our students some difficult questions this week's sneak peek, but just taking it a little bit further because, you know, life isn't always the best, and we don't always act the best in life. The question I have for you is, what's a big mistake that you've made with friends before or in different friendships? And we all have them.
I've never made a mistake ever in my entire life.
Perfect. Love it.
No, I mean, I've made a ton of mistakes, and like, I think back to like friends I had in high school, and some friends I had in high school I'm still friends with today. And some of those relationships, like they were at my wedding, they were like my groomsmen, all those things.
Yeah.
But like thinking back, and even like now in my life, there's so many times where I've messed up. And I think one of the things that comes to mind is just how I can sometimes be, I call it like a chameleon.
Okay.
Like I'll sort of
Like
blend.
a lizard?
A lizard, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll like change who I am based on who I'm with, which is super like not great, because then I confuse myself on who I am and who God made me to be. And so sometimes it's not actually being myself around my friends. I think that's a big time, like where most of my friendships have not gone well, or I've messed up, or I've hurt someone, is when I'm
trying to, I'm
Oh,
cutting
yeah,
you
go
off.
for it.
It's
Yeah.
like trying to be what you think they want you to be.
Yep, exactly. Instead of recognizing God made me a certain way, and I can bring that to my friendships, and that actually blesses our friendships in that way.
Yeah. It's like when we try to please people in that specific certain way, it's like we're doing them a disservice.
Yep.
Like we're doing ourselves one, instead of going like, no, like you're going to bring all of who you are to the table in a better way if you just lean into who God's created you to be. And I think that's huge, because one thing, I saw this quote recently that was super good, and it said, we don't need better friends, we need better friendships. And that's been like, I've been thinking about that, because it's like, it's not that like you are a bad friend, but when we put in that like positivity, the consistency, the vulnerability, when we build each other up, like the Bible is like, it doesn't matter who we are, like that friendship is strong. And like God does something really unique in those friendships when we bring who we are. And so I think that's, kind of just friendship in a nutshell a little bit. Like there's like, obviously this conversation could go on for so long, but the thing that I think of next is like, okay, what's the next step? Like, let's keep diving into these questions, like give ourselves grace as we figure it out, like keep leaning into who God's made us to be. And then in this time, like the question that I'm asking myself is, who do we need to keep our eyes out for? Because like church is awesome, like students is awesome. Like I love our ministry, but I don't want us to be a church that is just for ourselves. And I know that North Shore is like not the church that's like, oh yeah, let's help ourselves out. It's like, what can we do for other people? And I love that. Like I love that that's our church. And so as individuals of that church, my question is, who can we like watch out for? Like you can help that kid in your community that crashes into your yard. What an inconvenience. But like like you showed so much grace in that situation, and your life group showed up.
And I think one of the good signs of good friendship is that it creates more friends.
Oh yeah.
Like it overflows into extending friendship to others.
Like I want to be a part of that.
And I think when you're in a group where it's like closed off or isolated, it might be a situation where you're not experiencing like that true friendship. Because I think when that kid crashed, I'm like, hey, I have a group of friends who can rally around you. And we didn't become lifelong friends, but it was easy to invite someone in, even someone who hurt me in a certain way. So yeah.
No, I think it's so good. So guys, I hope that you have an awesome time talking more and deeper about friendships and what that looks like. And I know some of you are great friends with people in your life groups, and some of the people in your life groups you don't know all that well, but maybe in these moments, like you can choose to be positive, to be consistent, to be vulnerable, to have those conversations. And then on top of that, think beyond like where you are right now. Like what can you do for someone else? Like who can you watch out for in this time? So Brian, would you just pray for our students tonight, and then we're going to hop off and go to our life groups?
Yeah. Jesus, thank you so much for designing us for community and putting us on this earth to discover who you made us to be. And I just pray that as we have these conversations and jump into our groups, that you help the people around us reveal to us who we really are and who you made us to be, because what you made was beautiful. And you want us to restore us into that relationship with you and restore us into who you made us to be. So I pray for these amazing students who are here tonight, and for the leaders that are going to be leading these discussions. That's just a wonderful rest of the night. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, man.
Hey, so real quick before you go, I wanted to let you know, if you happen to be new here and you don't know what to do now, this is where we hop into life groups. And so if you don't know how to do that, you can text this number right now, and we'll get you the details for how to be in a group. We love life groups around here, so you want to be a part of that. But if not, know that you're invited to First Friday, and summer camps are online. You can check that out on the website or on our Instagram. But can't wait for those things. Have a great night tonight, and we will see you soon. Bye.